seeing the Incineroar to start out, and once again, in these best of fives, we can expect a rotation of orders and characters quite often.
Yeah. Other thing to note, just as a fun little tidbit, both of these players lost to Mars in order to get in winners to be put into losers bracket, both by a score of 3-1.
Mars got the numbers, man.
Yeah, everything's
Free
favoring.
Agent Mars? Come on, y'all. What happened?
Everything's favoring Team Villain right now, but let's see which of our Paragons is going to take into Grand Finals. Ness against Incineroar kicking off Losers Finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we see Incineroar, right, and especially with SkyJ sitting practically right in the front row,
right
SkyJ's judging us right there. And honestly, it's one of these matchups where I'm a little bit afraid for Incineroar just because of the offstage game, right? And that's exactly what Send is going for. But when you're Chag, right, if you play it a little bit more reserved off the side of the stage, you shouldn't have too much to worry about. But I'm loving the way that Chag is actually calling out a lot of these jumps, but actually takes it all with the down special. Got Mexico already screaming out loud for their boy.
Heard SkyJ scream, mess him up. I mean, when you have a power like that, you're looking for an Alolan Whip, but the forward air doing like 45, you feel pretty good about that, especially with jump callouts like that, rising back air to close down, forcing Send off stage. The forward tilt almost able to come down to something, but just the jab on the platform as Chag has evened this game up plenty.
Ooh, okay.
The 11 hits came out. That means the hitbox on the yo-yo was disabled. You could have rolled away or and gotten out of that situation, but Chag just not reacting in time. Either way, the nest gets dropped by a quick explosive flame. Spells were casted, and Samus comes out. One
of the things that I think I want to talk about is that the theme of the set so far has been jump callouts from both players, right? I feel like we saw Sen just jump like a little bit right into that explosive flame instead of just holding shield, rolling, but Zeking, rolling away. We're rolling down into that blast zone here for Zen. Chag, a great start now and a great lead. Have the Palutena ready to go, and especially on a heavier character like Piranha Plant, these combos that we weren't really seeing last set, we're now going to see them a little bit more, right? Here's the Nair. We also have a follow-up onto the platform with the grab and the back throw at this point. Explosive Flame not going to be able to hit here, but look at Chag, man. So much more comfortable now.
And it just continues to feed into that observation you made a little earlier, Lyric. Just Send time and time again, getting caught without his jump, getting caught lazily trying to jump back to stage, jump back to ledge, and you cannot do that against spacing like Chag, which has been perfectly right at the ledge. So if you try anything fancy that's not an immediate ledge snap, you're getting hit and you're getting blown up. I don't think Chag had any percent on his Palutena.
Yeah, dude he was fine.
Yeah, he was chilling.
he was calm, cool, collected. I do have to say earlier, right, when we saw Chag play, we just weren't seeing like that comfortability there, right? We weren't seeing the nairs, we weren't seeing the up airs, we weren't really seeing too much here. Well, it is going to be the Rob coming back out to play here if we are Send. Incineroar going to stay right up there with the lineup too. Just to see how this one is going to go again, but it's still the same matchup. What do you think about still sending Ness first?
I still don't hate it, because as we saw in the beginning of the first game, Chag had been pushed way off stage, way deep, but because Chag knew the limits of Incineroar, he was able to find a recovery route that got past Send's more drop zone style of edge guarding. However, you do run the risk of Chag opening up explosive, and Incineroar hits. He hits. Oh, I wanted him to get the sweet spot so the stock was dropped, but either way, he's taking the L, I guess.
He's just, no more.
Yeah,
All right, that stock's gone. Next one.
Yeah, oops, my bad.
So we'll fight heavier with heavier, right? So
yeah.
Piranha Plant looking a little bit heavier, but I just think Chag is comfortable, man. Like, it's something about Incineroar at Collision, where this character just gets a ton of buffs here. Going for the Poison Cloud, unable to find anything. Chag, though, trying to line up for the down air, unable to find anything just yet. But instead, Send going to be able to find a grab and the up throw. Unable, though, to get the juggle right now, so instead sending Chag over to the right side of the stage. And now Chag, we've been talking about this all block, playing patient, waiting for the time to come to you, and the time is here.
Look at the down tilt anti-air, by the way, like just crouching underneath the startup of plant back air and finding such a huge conversion. And when Incineroar hits you, he takes you for a ride, and like 94% instantaneously like that. And Incineroar's heavy weight going to make Plant's typically consistent up throw barely get to the bubble.
There it is, up air though from Send here, going to be able to get that Incineroar out of play, but here comes Palutena once again in the middle of the lineup here. We could expect it to have a little bit more damage on it going this time around here. But look at how careful Send is playing now. You know, running in, running out, saying, I don't feel too comfortable, trying to call out the air dodge, but it's not going to be able to be found just yet here. Still spacing these aerials so beautifully on Chag's side is now Send with this one Piranha Plant needs to find a way to get a lot more damage, but the Patui conversion here has let him mass about 72-91 and the whole stock. My God!
It just took one read, and then everything seemed to fall into place like Lincoln Logs. And, whoa, you know, we're putting it together with a down air into the forward smash conversion. Solid stuff there from Chag, but when you have your Palutena gone just like that, a Palutena that was able to shut down characters for minutes at a time, that's a huge loss going in. But this pit is prepared going against Rob. Final rung of this game number 2. Will Chag be able to hold on to his lead as Send finds some wins in his sails? Footstool down air. Lyric, we're seeing Send really catch a huge amount of momentum going into his corner. We're
not only catching the momentum, we're just catching the tier list at this point, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is Rob, right? Rob has a ton of tools that can just get this pit out of here nice and easy, right? Love the down air, though, coming up from ledge from Chag. But here we go. It's just back to this kind of Wild West neutral here. The punish onto the forward air. There's the down throw. Finds the up air, and that's going to be it. Send going to even it up 1-1 with the nastiest Piranha Plant combo I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was to say that was the play of the game.
I was
sleeping.
So sorry. I was sleeping,
yeah.
Send. My fault, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah. Dude is bundled up. Like,
it's this venue is warm, bro. I don't know. I will say for the guy who's from Utah, he's embodying tri-state winter pretty well here.
Yankee cap, parka, sweatpants. Yeah, I get it.
I also just want to talk about like the distance from the screen both of them are right now. Chag's so close, Send so far away.
I mean, and we're going deep into the pockets here. The Nest stays out, the Ridley stays out, but the Rob that just won the game swapped for Ridley, which will lead off the day of this set, or the game 3 of this set. All right. After that Piranha Plant string, you got my trust. Let's see what this Ridley can do.
I trust you, bro. Okay, you know why the Ridley's here, though? To play the aggressive edgeguard game, starting off right away, right? We can assume that Chag is going to start with this Incineroar every single time, but if it's one character that kind of likes to tease their opponent off stage with things like falling forward airs, nairs, back airs, it's Ridley, right? Yeah. And you have tons of drag options to literally drag Chag all the way down there, right? So here we go, finds the nair, but we're trying to line up. We're not getting it just yet, but standard getup is going to get caught. If I'm Chag, I was going to do just that, right? Roll a little bit further away so Send isn't getting another grab here.
Yeah, just constantly playing hitbox for hitbox, and I mean Ridley, it's much ganglier, much more of a target to be hit, but the mash out does get hit by Send's buffered jab, a weird trade, and the intercepting there, and that edgeguard will be completed. A nice deep neutral air from Send is going to let this Ridley get on the board.
Yeah, absolutely, right? And we were talking about Squad Strike allowing for you to get deep in the pockets, right? And this Ridley is certainly deep in the pockets. I mean, not a lot of players can say that they have a very strong Ridley here. The down air, though, going to get caught out, and then Chag finding the up air here. Ridley just going to be sent away, has done its job, but the thing is, looking at the rest of the lineup, I don't think that Ridley is in this lineup for anything other than that Incineroar.
I completely agree. Like we're going matchup to matchup here. If you're Send trying to systematically take down Chag's lineup, which he's kept for now 3 games. We may see a change up in game 4 if this goes sour. However, it is all Chag right now on this pit, going toe for toe, and this is exactly, honestly, what Send wants. A big, rising aerial-based game where Ness is allowed to press all the buttons he wants.
Absolutely, and now we're back into what was a meticulous neutral, right? No player wants to overextend because both of these characters have great combo games on each other, especially in the aerial-wise. So now, here we go, trying to find our opportunities at this point here. I love how Send going for, you know, the PK fire off, but that's what Chag is expecting, you know what I mean? Yeah. Nesses love to use that platform for the mix-up, trying to find the PK fire into the grab here, but now that it has allowed for Chag to at least take edgeguard advantage for the moment here. Down throw into the back air, beautiful sweet spot here, but now Send still stuck on the ledge here, going for the down smash, unable to find anything. If it doesn't work the first time, I'm sure it'll work the next 5. Yeah. Still though, it has so much, it doesn't have too much ending lag. You know what, might as well just throw it.
Yeah, we're throwing darts at a board, just like, hey, one of these might hit the right timing. It did not, unfortunately, but the parry on the PSI magnet was super nice, and I love Chag's grabs. games. He has been finding so many ways of playing back and forth and setting a really solid neutral with Pit's disjoint, and then all of a sudden he'll dash up and grab you and turn things on its head and force Send into the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Things are looking real good now if you are both players, honestly. I think Send has regained a lot of momentum, a lot of just comfort, right? And Chag now just feeling a lot more comfortable here. So it will be main versus main, at least for the moment here, narrowly escaping the explosive flame. And look at this from Send, looking to get a little bit of health back here. But once again, when Palutena is kind of dancing on you, you need to find these punishes like Send has just found.
Yeah, just a quick narrow 2 forward airs, sitting solidly at 30%. As Chag chooses to play it slow. The bounce, but the forward air doesn't close out the stock. Needed back air or up air there.
Oh my god, the stage PK rocket! No way, Send! You're crazy! You're crazy!
That's just unfortunate.
Why do players never react, man? Bro just has it. I'm holding my breath here on the side. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And then bro just knew. Just, Oobel,
yeah.
Give me the rundown. What happened? The best analyst we got in Tri-State. Let me know, bro. What's good?
So I think this is just unfortunate from Chag.
Thank
right?
you for my expert analysis, Oobel here.
Where, like, you drop zone with the counter and Send counterplays this effectively because due to going off the stage and then waiting for the very last moment. But the fact that the tail connected on Palutena's teleport after warping upwards just guaranteed the hit, and there was no tech opportunity to be had thanks on the angle that Send chose already from going underneath the stage. Like, if you're Chag, you put yourself in that position to lose the game, and lose he did.
No excitement, really, man? I'm excited. Chat, let us know if you're excited. I'm excited.
If it was intentional, he got it.
No, it was 100% intentional.
Of course.
It had to be, right? Okay, very interesting to note. Rob is back, Ridley is gone, but now Palutena is up front, and now Palutena is going to do a lot of this handiwork right now. I think Chag realizing, you know what, I'd rather just get ahead rather than just save Palutena for the reserves, because then Palutena doesn't have to deal with this much, right? Then it's kind of Incineroar and Pit's problem to deal with, and instead we actually just get a lot of chances to get back into the lead here.
And speaking of, like, Chag has gotten, ever since that game 1, Chag has gotten no time just to establish his gameplay style at Palutena. Now in game 1, you're starting 0%, start of the game like anything normal would be going on, except now this Palutena gets a little bit of time to warm up and establish your game plan. That was an insane corner steal from Chag, as he is looking to let the dice roll just a little bit here.
Yeah, honestly, if you're Chag, you couldn't ask for 2 better characters out of Send's lineup to come first, right? Both heavies, right? Both combo targets at this point, right? Now, granted, the Piranha plant is out. We're done sleeping on this plant, so now Send trying to back up just a little bit. That Patui, man,
it's so
such
active.
a pest. If you are trying to fight against it, it has a little bit of that hitbox, right? But it's going to hit. So here we go, though. Once more, Send trying to establish some stage control here, but Chag doing the Palutena way, right? Backing up, throwing out the hitboxes, so the approach is a little bit more unsure.
I feel like Send has designed his team and this Piranha Plant's gameplay style to be anti-Palutena. Like everything about it has been focused on, like, you can't jump at me thanks to Patui, thanks to up smash, thanks to up tilt, like these quick moves that can catch a character jumping. Palutena loves to do these jump in there, so it's making Chag rethink a lot about. Oh god, that's a super close trade off of the PS2 wall there, slightly angled, so it can create some very dangerous situations, especially if you miss that tech.
Absolutely, and I think it's very important to note, right? I mean, Piranha Plant, a character that can go out there and edge guard, right? I mean, it can, but it's not as fluid, right, as something like a Ness would be or a Ridley would be, right? So sometimes you're kind of forced to just be like, I don't really see the opportunity, rather than risking my own stock. Let me just let you get back on stage. And honestly, look at this from Send, a beautiful Patui into back air combo, going all the way out there with the Nair. Chag going to draw out the down air just a little bit early, but finds the pickup with down tilt into the F tilt. Chag can absolutely bring this back.
I mean, he already has. He's up 2 stocks to 1 here. The pit has not come out to play just yet. That Incineroar pickup was massive on a character like Piranha Plant, who can usually survive for so long. Oh, what the empty hop over, stealing out and finding the back throw, yet no dice quite yet. This Incineroar surviving through all of this thick and thin.
Yeah, look at the way that Send is trying to line up the punish onto the side special in, trying to line up for a throw or a back air, unable to find it though. So now it's all about Send here. We have to essentially stop the bleeding now, right?
Yes.
I mean, that pit is going to come in with a plan, right? So Send, who's now kind of like forced into just waiting out for an option here, essentially off of a mess up from Chag, now will be able to find it, but now you have to kind of just, you know, beat the pit here. But Send essentially on game stock here for win.
Yeah, let's see if he can put up a solid combo here to even up the game a little bit. I love the movement off the platform. B reverse side magnet to get behind Chag there, yet the damage is still racking up for Send. Has not found a meaningful hit as of yet, and it's all Chag looking and finding these different side switches and reacting to every single opportunity that Send is providing him.
Still, though, really great patience from Chag. Once again, I feel like when Chag gets established, you were talking about stalwart defense, right? It totally comes in true here, but still, Send going to get the jab into the follow-up back throw here. Oh my god, the side special not going to be enough, but there it is. Chag going to be able to find the down air into the up smash. We are going on in this set.
Man, after recognizing the bounce off from the PK Thunder and Pit's Hammer Dash arm colliding, Send had a solid idea to catch a potential air dodge to ledge with the active hitbox of Nest down smash, but 2 jumps were remaining on the side of Chag's pit, and that's everything that he needed in order to just recognize the situation, get by, and crush Ness underneath his pair of arrows.
All right, so still, I like the switch up in terms of lineup, I think, or we haven't done the lineup just yet, but the way that the characters are positioned on the stage right now is actually something that I'd like to see. From our view right now, we have Palutena, Pit, Incineroar, but instead it will be starting off Pit first, while it is going to be Send, who takes a page out of Chag's book from last game, putting the main in the front.
Yeah, trying to get any sort of solid matchup, but instead it is Chag playing that little bit of mind games. Locked in the pit first and thought real long and hard about whether it would be Incineroar Palutena or the inverse. Instead, though, maybe Chag has a leg up here with the Palutena going on back after a really, really solid showing against that Rob in the previous game.
A little bit of a yucky interaction there, and honestly, it's definitely not going to kind of fight Chag back here, but still, the side special from Pit, just having this really odd hitbox, but look at how comfortable Send is right now, trying to get that back throw snuck in there. We call that the tri-state twister if you've been from this region a little bit before, but look at how comfortable Send is, right? Controlling center stage really well, that this dash attack from Chag is only just going to lead into pure and utter destruction. Send holding on to the main now at only 25%.
Yeah, after a showing of what was really promising going into the Pit and Ness matchup for Chag, it ends up being Send taking the last laugh against that Pit. Oh my.
You got it.
Whatever the plan was there, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Maybe
but hey,
an
the fact
B reverse?
it had to have been just like maybe jump side B that came out as an up B. I don't know.
It worked.
But hey, he got a hit and he didn't explode. So like, you know, maybe if we just keep talking, things will be fine.
Yeah, no, things are already back to normal, right? I think Chag is doing the Incineroar thing by pushing Send into a corner and Send having to figure out a way to get out of there. Still, though, finding an up air here and finding another to go along with, finding a third, too. So now Send, who had this amazing lead on the main and obviously wants to keep the main in as much as possible, that is actually trickling away in the moment here. Here comes Chag with the back throw here. I want to see if he plays his edge guard a little bit more aggressive or if he's just going to allow for Send to get back up onto the stage, like right now.
Yeah, looking for the 2-frame instead, but the hard DI in there from Send on both the down tilt and the nair, allowing it to send straight back inwards. 146, anything will do it, and an up air counts as anything. Near 100% on the part of this Incineroar, but hey, we're going heavy for heavy. Let's see if this Incineroar can put something together in just the nick of time to bring Chag back into this final game.
Dare I weave a narrative here, right?
Fire away.
I'm a little bit nervous about the Palutena waiting in the wings because of what we talked about last game. The fact that Palutena loves both of these characters to just juggle, right? So if we're able to kind of get some assurance onto this Piranha Plant without it taking too much damage, I feel a little bit better, but I'm worried about this Palutena, like you talked about, establishing just a very calm pace of play and then getting absolutely into that, you know, that flow state, if you will.
And keep in mind as well, this Piranha Plant was so devastating against the Palutena, and up tilt was one of the reasons. Such a quick little upwards poke, able to catch Palutena trying to jump and maybe get something going. Instead, we're in a very tumultuous type of neutral. Only a couple hits of the nair, not going to lead into any sort of combos. Chag trying to take his time, but every little bit of damage, whether they be a dash attack or especially a Patui, they're gonna hurt.
I love the way that Chag making adjustments on the fly, respecting Patui so much, staying in shield just a little bit more here. But look, once again, Chag trying to find this opening nair that gets all of the possibilities started. But look at the way that Send is playing on the ground, not jumping away, right? Not allowing for Palutena to just kind of find her option. But here we go, has the Poison Cloud, but you're flying a little bit far away. Palutena has tons of tools to catch that, including that up smash.
Ooh, and the teleport cancel back air, keeping Chag in a solid position. Another attempt at a 2-frame, but the DI was so good from Send to avoid any sort of follow-up. And this Piranha Plant, he's representing a ton of damage with this Poison Cloud. You spend barely a second in there, and it is instantaneously 5%.
Trying to make it back, using the down special to poke out a little bit, but once more, Send's SDI on a lot of these hits has been fantastic because Chag doesn't want to essentially risk it. This is stock for Chag here in this tournament. And you were talking about the Poison Cloud. Every moment that you give Send, he's going to take another moment to get this Poison Cloud ready to go. And like we talked about it, explosive Palutena or explosive plant combos, you know what he's looking for. And even if he loses this stock like he will or will not, that Rob honestly really just needs to confirm to get going.
Yeah, at this point, Rob is just looking for a single throw or an up tilt or an air. Like, you're just looking for a single confirm off your safe moves as Rob, as the dash attack closes down the stock for Send. Like, the best type of position you could be, but Rob is large. You could potentially get something going here, as Chag was allowed to play a full stock as Palutena thus far. The opportunity is there for Chag. You just kind of have to find your way in, but a great tech on the platform for Send to avoid any sort of damage.
This is what we were talking about a little bit earlier with the first set of the day, reestablishing neutral and saying, you know what, I'm good. And that's exactly what Send did right there. But here comes Chag. This is what I was worried about if you're a Send fan here. Palutena has been out on the field for a while. We're essentially in that flow state. And now Send having such a hard time landing with this Rob. We'll be able to air dodge down in a way, but here we go. Gyro tossing a little bit here. I like just the F tilt there, not committing to the down tilt. But here we go. Chag going to be able to find the back air here, and now we're into edge guard scenario.
And keep in mind, Lyrical, the percentage was left looking for the counter, but not able to
reflect.
Missing the tech and reading the tech roll in.
That literally touched her toe. Devin, can we get the gyro hit, please? That gyro hit made it all possible in that moment. My goodness. That was like the literal last second of gyro being active there. Back it up.
Yeah, let's check it.
Look. Stop. Oh. Broke her ankles, bro. Like when you hit the scooter on your ankle, bro.
Right in the Achilles too. Like, oh my God, that is torn asunder and then taken it right down.
I will also say the coverage there with down smash instead of F smash there. I think a lot of Robs would have went for the F smash, assuming the roll into the ledge there, but instead Send actually covering, you know, the roll behind, which I actually really enjoy. That will be Send representing Team Hero as we're going to have our first Hero Villain Finals here at Collision 2024 Squad Strike. Yeah,
and it's going to be literally Team Paragon's Send representing the heroes up against the villains of Mars and his Greninja, Joker, Falcon, and Zero Suit. Presumably, we're always going to see the Zero Suit, but it's just whether or not we see the Falcon or the Greninja most of the time. And the Falcon put in work against Send in their previous set, and we are seeing it locked in